Good morning. Welcome to CityCast. In this edition, we bring you stories from across the country. This is Ayushi Parekh.
And I am Tarab Zaidi. Here are the top stories. Mobile apps help migrants find jobs. Mask affect lipstick sales. ADM frequently run dry in Naidupeta. Wearing mask is mandatory in these times. This has an impact on the cosmetics industry. Our reporter Ayushi Parekh tells us of the new shopping trends.
Lip makeup sees a steep decline in sales by 49% globally. Distributors say the demand is the lowest they've seen.
Specifically, lipsticks has gone down because of to wear mask mandatorily. So if you ask me in percentage, we are down more than 60%.
Retailers see a drop during this time as well.
Sales have gone down around 18 to 20% in almost all the segments. Prominent brands like Lakme and Celeb are also having hardships.
Lip makeup provided an added-on beauty which has now been replaced by the safety of a mask.
I used to buy every new color. In fact, I have bought more masks than the lipstick in the last couple of months.
This hit taken by lip products can even tank the lipstick index. The term was initially used to describe the rise in lipstick sales during economic recessions, which is now proving to be counter-effective. Manufacturers are trying to find ways to cope.
People are getting a little more conscious about what they are putting on in terms of packaging. I would rather show sanitizers.
While lip makeup is getting less relevant, the chances of beauty standards evolving are getting higher. This is Ayushi Parekh reporting for CityCast. While people may be using less lipsticks, there are other industries that are affected. The handlooms from Kulu find no takers. Our reporter Sejal Sheth will tell us how weavers cope with the drop in sales.
Almost 80% of Kullu's population depends upon the handloom industry for their income, said Mr. Om Chand, who works for a small-scale industry in Kullu. A handloom industry in an average spends rupees 4.5 lakh on their labor and raw material. A decrease in tourism resulted in the decline in sales, impacting the income of the workers.
कोरोना करके बिक्री कम है, ऐसे बिक्री ठीक होती है। जैसे लास्ट ईयर सेल इस टाइम इस शॉप की जो 10 लाख रुपए थी, इस बार अभी 4 लाख हो गई, 6 लाख का लॉस।
The lack of orders further contributed to the losses. The industry, which received around 5,000 orders last year, had only 3,500 orders this year.
3 महीने तो बिल्कुल बेकार पड़े रह गए, सब कोई भी काम नहीं मिला। लगभग अगर अनुमान लगाए तो मान लो अगर पिछले बार 100% है तो इस बार 60% मान सकते हैं, मतलब इतना कम।
The handloom industry of Kullu is famous for its shawls. The workers spend almost a day working on the non-designer shawls and almost a week on the designer ones. It is their only source of livelihood.
इस बार काफ़ी स्लो है पिछले साल से। पिछले साल काफ़ी अच्छा काम था। पिछली बार 60 रखो तो इस बार 35। काफ़ी ये बड़ा मतलब प्रॉब्लम आई इस कोरोना की वजह से। हाँ जी।
The loss was greater due to the imposition of the lockdown during the busiest months for the business. Industries have now shifted to online platforms in an effort to recover their losses.
Moving on, we find recharging mobiles has also moved online. Our reporter Priyansh Vijayvargiya tells us about the loss recharge centers face.
Ever since the lockdown began, many people have started using online apps. A report by News 18 says that Paytm saw a 42% increase in mobile recharges since lockdown. As a result of that, very few people prefer to go to a shop for their mobile recharge.
सबसे बड़ा फ़र्क तो ये पड़ा है सर उनके कैशबैक से, जो हम दे ही नहीं सकते क्योंकि हमारा मिनिमम मार्जिन है 2.5% का और कस्टमर कहीं बैठ के कर सकता है, हमारे यहाँ उसको आना पड़ता है जिसमें बीमारी का डर रहता है। अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 40% का बिजनेस पेटीएम और फ़ोनपे और गूगल पे खा गए हैं।
The distributors of certain network operators are also facing issues as the retailers are not purchasing the required amount of balance and they are not able to complete their monthly targets.
There's a huge difference between pre-lockdown revenues and post-lockdown revenues. Customer has shifted from physical stores to online channels. Offline business has been damaged 25 to 30%. We are the distributors, so whatever retail will sell or consume, we have to refill that.
Everyone nowadays likes getting their work done at their fingertips using their mobile phones.
I prefer online apps as they are more convenient and time saving.
Almost every telecom retailer and wholesaler in the urban market is having a decline in sales. Once a customer start using online market, it is very rare that they return to the offline sources.
तो नेट इम्पैक्ट इसका 10% से ज्यादा नहीं है आज की डेट में, बट अर्बन में हाँ डेफिनेटली जो 10% का नेट इम्पैक्ट आया है वो अभी है, बट वो ग्रेजुअली फुल हो जाता है क्योंकि मार्केट का एक्सपेंशन रेगुलर होता रहता है.
As India is moving towards the digital platform, the offline market is suffering losses. This is Priyanshu Javarge signing off from the City Car.
Stay with us as we'll be back after a short break.
As ATMs in Naidupeta frequently run dry, people have limited cash in hand and find it difficult to meet their daily expenses. Our reporter Isa Khedwal tells us about the impact on villagers.
For weeks now, the residents of Naidupeta are facing a cash crunch as the ATMs in the area frequently run dry. People end up going in search for an ATM that has cash and have to wait in long queues where cash is available.
सब्जी वगैरह मिलने का बहुत दिक्कत हो रहा है और पैसा भी हाथ में नहीं रहता है, बराबर एटीएम पे पैसा नहीं रहता है और बैंक में जाके लाइन देकर पैसा लेना पड़ता है.
Firstly, most people are not comfortable with digital transactions due to bad network connection. The store owners also discourage digital transactions as claiming the cash from the ATMs become an issue.
ఏటీఎంలో సరిగా క్యాష్ రావట్లేదు, బ్యాంకు పోవాలన్నా లేట్ అవుతుంది, మాకు బాగా బిజినెస్ వ్యాపారం చేయాలంటే బాగా ఇబ్బందిగా ఉంది.
The bank officials say that the cash replenishing process is done every day and that for now, they have not received any complaints regarding cash availability at the ATMs.
Actually, government policies, they are restricting, since they are promoting digital like campaign like things, they are most probably they are shutting down few ATMs which are nearby.
As both officials and residents are yet to take appropriate steps on the matter, the ATMs continue to run frequently out of cash or run below the expected sum. This is Isa.
Moving on to Kanpur, traffic jams persist as vegetable vendors refuse to move. Our reporter Antara Gupta talks to them and tells us why.
Vegetable vendors of Chapera market area fear for their lives because of previous instances of high voltage wires on top falling on the ground that has been allocated by the Kanpur Municipal Corporation. The ground also doesn't have enough space for all the 86 vendor carts.
हम लोगों को मंडी ऊपर ना जाने का कारण है कि ऊपर एक तो जगह कम मिली थी और दूसरा कारण ये है कि ऊपर हाई टेंशन लाइट आती है, इसलिए हम लोग अपना ऊपर नहीं जा सकते हैं.
Residents and shopkeepers complain about the traffic congestion due to the vendor carts and garbage accumulation due to the vegetable waste.
सुबह तो फिर भी ठीक है, लेकिन शाम को ट्रैफिक इतना ज्यादा हो जाता है कि इवन स्कूटर तक निकालना बहुत मुश्किल है यहाँ से.
KMC has refused to allocate any other space outside the area since none of the vendors possess any license. The experts talk about the only possible solution for the dilemma of the vendors.
इसके लिए एक वेंडर जोन बनाने की पॉलिसी है, तो वो पॉलिसी बनाए नगर निगम और एक प्राधिकरण का दायित्व है कि वो वेंडर जोन बनाए. उसमें भी जगह होनी चाहिए जहाँ पर तो उनकी सेल है, सेल भी हो सके, तो थोड़ा वो कहीं भी रख देंगे, वो मतलब उनको सारी चीजें अच्छी चीजें.
The traffic congestion continues to be a problem as the vendors stay on the main road, waiting for a solution for the live wires and space. This is Antara Gupta for CityCast, signing off.
The wetlands in Trikakara region in Kerala are becoming a dumping ground. Our reporter Roshi Nair tells us the environmental impact this could have.
Trikakara region of Kakinad is confronting threats to its ancient wetlands. Residents say that all sorts of garbage is being illegally dumped by unidentified people from the locality. Domestic waste ranging from plastic and glass to sanitary napkins are discarded during the night time. The dumping is not only affecting the flora and fauna but is also polluting the groundwater used by an estimated 1,20,000 people.
Because people come far away, maybe they come at night and then somebody, but we are not able to spot anybody.
Since the waste collection is based on user fee, many residents tend to avoid it and instead dump waste in the wetlands. In the past 6 months, only 35 people have been fined by the municipality. The municipality also provides households with waste management systems like biogas and biocompost posts at subsidized prices. According to the Pollution Control Board, if people weren't held accountable, they would continue to violate laws.
സ്കൂൾസ് നമുക്ക് അതിനുള്ള പ്രൊവിഷൻസ് തരുന്നുണ്ട്. നമ്മൾ കോമ്പൻസേഷൻ അവരെ കയ്യിൽ നിന്ന് ഈടാക്കാൻ പറ്റും. അത് ഇത്തിരി സർക്കുലർ ഉള്ളതാണ്. ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഇതുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നടപടി എടുക്കാനായിട്ട്.
Environmentalists say that mismanagement of waste into other ecosystems further penetrates our food chain.
Academics, this can be introduced, but if it can be imposed very strongly, because for any household, I feel if children, kind of drive it, adults become a little more serious.
Environmentalists say that segregated waste can be used to produce manure, thermal energy, and even electricity. Waste that was seen as a problem in one's household can actually be of use to us if managed well. This is reporter Roshni Nair signing off for CityCast.
Calcutta sees a drop in the demand for yellow taxis. Our reporter Shreya Malik tells us of the challenges they face.
Private and rental cars like Ola and Uber potentially overshadow Kolkata's yellow taxis' relevance. With this pandemic, the passenger count has fallen by 80% approx.
पहले कोरोना के पहले तो मार्केट ठीक था, दिन भर में 10-15 पैसेंजर उठ जाते थे, अभी कम हो गया हम थोड़ा, अभी तो सभी को बाजार मतलब.
The taxi drivers striving for relevance, finding passengers is becoming very difficult nowadays. A driver says he has to burn 150 rupees fuel just to find a passenger. Drivers mainly face difficulties to access yellow taxis.
Ubers and Olas are very much convenient and it's very much trustworthy because we feel very much secure with this, and the security is the most priority for us right now. So I think this cab-based taxis are very much convenient nowadays.
They say the cars are quite uncomfortable as those are quite old, and nowadays it's hard to rely on them with safeties and hygiene. On the other hand, the drivers are doing their part by making sure to sanitize the cars every now and then. Due to very moderate income, many drivers are on the verge to leave the job and are searching for new alternatives.
Say 25%, 25, not more than 25%, less than 25%. আর ন্যাশনাল ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ফ্লাইট না খুলে বা মেন ট্রেনগুলো না খুলে ততক্ষণ আমাদের প্রচুর অসুবিধা.
The iconic yellow taxis of Kolkata have been waging a war against time much before the pandemic. Now, due to the work from home, there is nearly no demand for taxis. This is reporter Shreya Malik for CityCast.
That's it for today. Thank you for watching.
Do log in to our online publication citycast.in for more such stories.